What's going on, everybody out there? You already know what time it is. This your boy Sean G, and it's another episode of The Main Office. Can you believe? Man, we're going to be talking about Beyonce, all right? We also going to be talking about the king of pop, all right? How can we tie those two together? Y'all keep it locked, man. We be right back. Wow! You already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Sean G, and this is a...
That's just my opinion, but now, I think it reflects the current generation.
Yeah, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Yo, listen, you already know what time it is. This is your boy Sean G, and this is another episode of The Main Office. Man, how have everybody been, man? Listen, I've been up to my shenanigans early, all right? Early. All right, let's get this mic set up nice, all right? Because I'm going to do a lot of turning. I want to look over here. Shout out to everybody on Twitter, all right? Shout out to everybody on YouTube and all that good stuff. Yo, we're going to take our time with it for tonight's show. There is a lot going on out there, as y'all know. A lot of stuff is going on in the entertainment world, and I want to just chop up some good game with all my peoples up in here. Y'all already know what time it is. Let's go ahead and send a couple of shout-outs. All right, shout out to my man Obeyomi, Floma, what's popping, baby? All right, Nigeria, all right, Laboma, Michael. And shout out to everybody out in Nigeria who been really riding on me heavy. All right, you know I got to show my love to my folk out there in the motherland and all that good stuff. So shout out to everybody out there. All right, let's send a shout out to my man Joby Boots, what it is. Shout out to Kev Watts, I see you. All right, shout out to Miguel Angel. All right, I see you. All right, shout out to everybody like that. Shout out to my man William D. Murchison, I see you. Shout out to J. Mall. Shout out to Jess So Blessed, I see you. All right, and shout out to everybody who just been riding, man, coming through, checking out all of the shows. All right, shout out to my man Briggs and all that. You already know. So what's good, man? What's going on out there? What's happening with some of the topics? I know there's a lot of stuff going on. Also, too, we're gonna be bringing on a young lady from Tennessee. She got a new song, so we're gonna be showcasing her music and all that good stuff. Also, look forward to Thursday night. I'm gonna be bringing my man Nigel on. Shout out to my man Nah. All right, we're gonna be doing a show, and we're gonna be talking about gentrification and all that kind of stuff. But it's a lot going on. I actually had a show lined up. I'm gonna have a guest on the show tonight as well. So I'm gonna be bringing a guest on here in a little bit. I'm gonna be bringing one of the shout out to my man T Willie. How many of y'all know T Willie from Elmont? Yeah, T Willie from Elmont. Big Will, little cousin. How many of y'all know T Willie? I know everybody gotta know T Willie. Will. He sent me an inbox. I know a lot of y'all got the inbox from his biological brother. All right, his biological brother lost his limbs. All right, lost his legs from something, and I'm actually going to be interviewing the guy. I'm going to bring him on the show, and we're going to talk about it and chop up some good game. Well, not really some good game, but we're going to be talking about the seriousness of the condition. All right, so shout out to everybody, and also if you got the inbox from T Willie, all right, and you got the inbox, I'm gonna post the GoFundMe. All right, go ahead and read the bio, read the information of what's going on. It's a real serious situation. Go ahead and drop a 20 on it. Drop a 10 bill, a 5 on it, 100 on it. Whatever you can to help the brother out, all right, in time of need. All right, so we're gonna be talking to him. I want to try to get him on the show, all right, and have people kind of get an understanding of what's going on in his life at the moment, because it's a real serious situation. All right, so what's going on out there, man? I hear ain't nobody talking about Cardi B no more. How many of y'all listened to Cardi B album? How many of y'all heard the Cardi B album? Just about 2 days ago, I hear everybody talking about Cardi B. And, she did like 500,000. Am I surprised? Not really. I'm one of them who will say that Cardi B is pretty, she's pretty dope. And as you can see, Nicki Minaj is trying to step up and get her stuff out there because of the momentum that Cardi B has right now. But today's show, we're going to be talking about Beyonce, ladies and gentlemen. The topic is Beyonce a better performer than Michael Jackson? All right, and this is one of those things right here that it's a question that's on a lot of people's mind out there. And I'm gonna give y'all my perspective on what I think about it, for what it is. But just earlier today, shout out to my man Lucky Lou. Lucky Lou said, "What's good with the specs?" Yeah, I got the specs on today, man. I had to throw the specs on because the lights, you know what I mean? It's dim. I like to keep it dim, but I still gotta have some light so y'all can see me in crystal clear HD. So a lot of the lights coming off the screen, if it's not enough, if the light is not lighting up the whole entire room, your eyes are really gonna focus on the brightest parts, which is be the screens. And as you can see, I got a bunch of screens up here with all kind of stuff flying around, information coming through and all that, and I gotta keep my eye on the screens, right? So I got me some Blu-rays. I had these for a little bit. It's not like they new. I had these for a little while. So I finally said, you know what, let me pull them out. Because, I usually got my Gazelle look and, I'm going to go back to that and all that. But I feel like what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably buy me like another, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to probably buy like about 5 or 6, 7 pairs of these. Different colors, different flavors. And from now on, I'm going to wear these because, you know what, let me not say that. Because then y'all going to be like, yeah, what happened to the specs or whatever. But nah. I'm going to wear them off and on just when I feel like I just been doing too much and I've been sitting in the main office or, handling a lot of stuff, on computer screens and stuff like that. When I feel like it's getting heavy, I got to throw the eye protectors on. All right, so that's what this is about. So shout out to my man Lou. You already know what it is. All right, but yo, it's your girl Beyonce is trending right now, real heavy out there. She was at Coachella. She did a live performance at Coachella, and that is ringing a whole bunch of bells out there, ringing a lot of bells all over the place. Exactly. All right. So you already know what time it is with that. For those of you out there who don't know what Coachella is, Coachella is a Valley Music Art Festival. It's an annual music and arts festival, by the way. All right, it's out in California. According to Wikipedia, it's something in the Valley, and also something in Colorado Desert or something like that. This is according to Wikipedia, but just to give you a what it is, it's a festival. It's an annual music and art festivals. Some of the biggest artists from your, maybe Madonna's, your, Lady Gaga's, and anybody that's everybody is they at this place, and a lot of people, music lovers throughout the world, they travel here, and it's a real big deal. All right, so everybody is really big on the Coachella, but Beyonce has broken all kind of records because she's the first African American, or she's the first black artist to actually headline this event. So she was on it and she killed it. I actually got a chance to really watch some of the performance. All right, I saw some clips of her and Destiny Child come out, and it's funny with Destiny Child because no matter how many times you see Destiny Child out there in the street, that damn Michelle is always looking like a broke. She always looking like a skeleton. Like, she always got the most messed up moves that you can, especially when cats catch her in slow motion. She always out of place. They need to do just dances and stuff and keep the Michelle chick out of the choreography, because she always looking like stone cold. She always just looking like crap, man. So I did get a chance to catch a couple of pieces, but today, I guess the main question is Beyonce a better performer than Michael Jackson? And I heard Star from Star and Buckwild. I heard him today talking about how Beyonce, he's tired of Beyonce, and she need to take a break. He's just tired of hearing her name, and he's just fed up with her and all this. When he hear her voice come on certain things, he turns the TV off or the radio off. Man, Star, shut your bitch ass up, man. All right, because let me explain. So I totally disagree with that. All right, she's been away for a while. Beyonce been away for a little while, and a lot of y'all know she been away. She ain't really been on the scene. She been away taking care of babies and stuff like that. And I think, to be honest with you, I think she stayed away this time a little longer than she has, of course, because of the babies and all that. But I disagree with Star in a sense of talking about she need to disappear. And here's my reason for that. The woman needs to, see, artists like that need to be around forever. And the reason why I say that is maybe not forever, but artists like that really need to be around, because what it does is it kind of, we don't really have so many performers like that. Beyonce is probably the last black super duper star, female superstars that's on that level that can give you that iconic show, to put that showmanship on that, that separates her from the class. And it also teaches a lot of the young kids that's coming up. It gives them an idea of what true, huge, big performances is. And it gives them that, because if it wasn't for Whitney Houston, Beyonce's and them wouldn't have been able to really sit back and watch how amazing, how great a real superstar, I'm talking about super duper stars, perform. And Whitney Houston was doing the thing, Beyonce and them was little girls, and Beyonce and them got to see so many people. They got to see Whitney Houston. They got to see Michael Jackson. They got to see what it was like a Janet Jackson. They got to see what it was like for major artists to touch the stage and not give you no rinky-dinky ass in the club performance. Nah, we talking about real super duper performance, worldwide performances that people would talk about for decades. You know, one of those type of performances. Whitney Houston sung the Star Spangled Banner in a Super Bowl. She sung her song in the Super Bowl, and that right there, just that little clip, has been played for decades and decades. It's been played till this day. That's still one of the one of the videos or one of the performances we go back and look at. So when Star said that, I totally disagree with that, Star. All right, you get a boo for that shit. I'm not feeling that. All right, Star, you got to sit your ass down with that line right there, because simply, no, we need performances like that. We need Beyonce there to show what the difference is, because without a Beyonce doing what she doing, performing, just her intro alone being as big as it is, just the intro being huge and her coming out and delivering a crazy performance, and in your mind you saying, yo, didn't this woman just have 2 babies? How in the hell is she in shape to give you a performance like that? So when you say that, I totally disagree. She can't disappear. We need her to stay around because we don't have that many icons around. We lost Michael Jackson. We lost Prince. We lost a lot of the big timers, and some of the greats are older now. They kind of tired. They're slowing down. You don't really see them as much. You don't see Nita Baker as much. Of course, Patti LaBelle, she's still out there a little bit doing the thing, but Aretha Franklin, you don't see. So some of the greats we really don't see as much. Real performers we don't get to see as much. So to see Beyonce come out at Coachella, that's a monumental, beautiful thing, and it's necessary, because it's necessary for inspiration. It's necessary for the young kid coming up to see the difference. Because the impact shows like this is going to put on young kids out there who's trying to come up to do their thing. It's going to be way significant than only having them being able to only see, artists that's popping right now. Because his argument was she need to sit down. She need to let some new kids come in. Nah, because the greats and the stars that's born, they're not going to be able to get they're not going to be able to witness no real talent and no real showmanship from these new artists, because these new artists are not looking at the greats. They looking at themselves and looking at what they think is great, and it ain't enough. So you need a visual of what it's supposed to look like. You need her at this moment in time. You know what I mean? When Cardi B is the only thing on the female market that's relevant. When a Nicki Minaj is trying to get back, in the game and trying to be relevant because Cardi B is popping. And that's what the younger artists, that's the only visual they get to see. So if that's all they can see, that's going to be bad for the music. That's going to be bad for the creativity level and the imagination level for the young kids coming up. So for Beyonce to come and just crush all that shit in just 1 hour or 1 day and trend around the world, #1 around the world, I put up a post today. I say suddenly, just like that, Cardi B is no longer important. Nobody ain't talking about her. So we need performances like that from the super duper stars like Beyonce to show the difference between greatness and bullshit. All right, and that's what Beyonce brings to the table. So, I disagree totally with Star. All right, and I'm gonna tell Star to sit his ass down. All right, because he's talking crazy, and he's supposed to know better than that. All right, so yeah, Beyonce, so the new question is Beyonce better? Is a better performance than Michael Jackson? And I gotta say this, hell no. The great Michael Jackson, I mean, he created the goddamn moonwalk. All right, every kid in America in the 80s was wearing a Thriller goddamn jacket. Man, all the little kids on Christmas wanted the Michael Jackson glove. All right, they was wearing penny loafers with the penny in it. They was doing the moonwalk all over the world. And when you think about the category, when you think about the criteria, it's who's the better dancer. The thing is, can Beyonce, listen, we can size them up, all right? And Beyonce is a great dancer. She's a great performer. But Michael Jackson influenced kids all throughout the world to be great dancers. All right? And I don't think Beyonce have created a dance. Let's just say the moonwalk. Beyonce has never created a dance that all the kids in America want to do. All right? I mean, she's a very great dancer. She shakes her body very well. She do the Shakira, and all that kind of shit. But, you know, she haven't given you no dance that everybody in the world wants to do. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Some of you ladies may say, you know, the fact that Beyonce has a choreographer style, she has a ticking and her talking and all that, and the shaking, the way she do it, that may be a dance that I know nothing about. So maybe y'all could school me on that. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know, it's one of those questions. But there ain't nobody badder than Michael Jackson on that stage, man. All right? You talking motherfuckers crying, you know, niggas fainting, the whole goddamn stadium fainting with Michael Jackson out there doing the moonwalk. So this is a real tough one, man. Briggs, what's the deal, baby?
Yo, what's the real deal? The real deal is that everybody is trying to claim a fame.
Well, hold on. Before we go, just jump right into it, man. The question is Beyonce a better dancer than Michael Jackson? A better performer than Michael Jackson?
Well, that's a question that is answered by everybody, because the simple fact is everybody love what they love. So
everybody love what they love.
As far as performing, you got to understand that somebody's set a format up there.
Mm-hmm.
And as performing and as doing what they do for nationalities all over the world.
Okay.
Michael Jackson set a platform right there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, Michael Jackson had the moonwalk. The moonwalk is a dance till this day. You know, from all the way from when Michael Jackson started doing the dance in the beginning of time, when the dance first hit, it was a dance that was practiced probably for the next 20 years. And to this day, it's still one of the most famous dances. Just looking at Michael Jackson's track record, from the performances, the type of big stadiums, the type of you know, arenas that he was performing in. I mean, places where people was falling out, fainting. Everybody wearing a Michael Jackson glove. Everybody wearing the penny loafers. Everybody got on a Thriller jacket. Everybody want to be like him, want to be like Mike. Do Beyonce, is she influencing the young youth like Michael Jackson did? What are your thoughts?
I don't think her performance is always dynamic. It's awesome.
Right.
But the thing is, Mike left a legacy and stuff like that, because you got to understand, you're dealing with youth and all that kind of stuff like that. It's coming up and stuff like that. His stuff is still here today. Mike is laid to rest, but yet his performances go on all the time, and they're not just coming up by people in our generations at that time. These kids that's younger, that wasn't even born then, sees his performance on stage and still doing it today.
Right.
These kids weren't even born back then, but they mimic him. He's an idol. He's an icon.
Now,
you got to look at the real deal is looking at the children that's doing this. Look at it from when we watch commercials on the Pepsi commercials and all that, when Mike was here doing that thing. You
right.
got to understand now, it's people doing his. These kids wasn't even born then.
Right.
Wouldn't even thought about. But yet, when they come up, they doing him. They perform his stuff, and they enjoying it. They loving it.
You got an absolute point. There was one of the radio host guys today. He said on his show that he think Beyonce needs to take a seat. She need to sit down. He's tired of seeing her. And I had to shun that. I had to just chop that up, because the reason for chopping that up and just dispelling that bullshit is because of the simple fact we needed Beyonce around. Why we needed Beyonce around? Because even for these young ladies that's coming up in the world, as great as Michael Jackson is, we know that's just like asking the question, can anybody be greater than Michael Jordan as far as basketball is concerned? We know that's a bunch of bullshit. Can't nobody touch Michael Jordan. They haven't when he was there, and they haven't found nobody yet. I mean, they've come close, but they haven't found nobody else to sit in that seat. But the point I was trying to make is, Beyonce, being as great as she is, and him saying that she need to take a seat, and I said, nah, that's wrong, simply because, again, you need great performers like Beyonce to show the youngsters, the young girls or the young kids or whatever, what performances is like. Because we no longer have a Prince. We no longer have Michael Jackson and some of these great performers of the past. Beyonce is probably like the only one left that's putting the performance on a Whitney Houston level, on a Michael Jackson level, on a Prince level, on a Aretha level, on these super duper star musical levels. Beyonce is the only one left. So I totally disagree with Star for saying what he's saying about Beyonce need to take a rest. What are your thoughts about that?
My thoughts is about that is because Beyonce is doing the 21st century. She's doing the 21st century. She is opening the eyes of people that got lost. It's like music is forever. Dancing is forever. It's like showing people that you can have a character and be who you are to enjoy what you are. You had the beginning, you had the middle, and you had the end. I'm here now. I'm performing it like that. I'm Beyonce. I'm not Michael Jackson. I'm not Prince or none of that stuff like that, right? It's like gravitating to what life is about now. And she shows that she's a performer, but she's a person first. Before she became a mom, she was doing what she did. She showed that a personality is who you are. And that's who she about. And her music, her dancing, she's still a performer. She's a person first. Just because she's a nice looking woman, just because she can dance and stuff like it, just because she can perform, that's what they're not looking at. The fact is that she putting it out there that you can be anything you want to be how you want to be, and still perform like yesteryear, today, and tomorrow. This is upcoming and still going. She's a performer, but you got to look at her history. She's also a daughter. She's also a granddaughter. She's also a friend.
She's a
also
mother.
A mom.
She's a mother
now.
You
know what I'm saying?
Right.
All that. She got all the characters that we was grown up on, that we were taught about. She just do what she do with all that in there, and showing that you can still be sexy, still do what you do, and still be respectful at the same time. Yes, you can sing. Yes, you can dance, but you don't have to just give up your dreams. Live your dream. Because if it wasn't for people like her and Michael Jackson and all them, she's just carrying it on. She's just doing what she do to let them know. Because you got to understand, young ladies need someone like her in their lives. Because those deadbeats out here, just because they say deadbeat dads, it's a lot of deadbeat moms out here that don't know how to teach them to be what they should be.
Shots fired, Briggs. Shots fired. I mean, me? Absolutely, man. And I agree with you 100%. We need a Beyonce. I don't care what
because a lady that got stamina about herself.
Yes.
Because she happy with who she is. Beyonce didn't always have that body like that. She made that body like a creation of her own. She built it up to be like that. She made it better and better and better. And her performance get better and better. Every time she do something, she always leave a message.
Yeah.
You can start.
Yeah.
But make sure that you have an ending.
Yeah.
Before you start.
Let me say this. Absolutely.
Young lady.
Absolutely.
She's phenomenal. That's right. She's a beast. And she deserved to be where she is today.
Absolutely.
Not taking nothing from her.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. And let me say that. And everything that you said is real. You know what I mean? Y'all drop a comment below. Y'all get into the conversation. Y'all let us know what's going on. You already know what time it is. This your boy Sean G. It's the main office. And I got to write Star ass up. I'm going to give him a pink slip. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to give him a pink slip. I ain't going to fire his bitch ass on this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give him a warning. All right? Because for you to say on your show that Beyonce needs to disappear, that is totally disrespectful. And not on a disrespectful level like it's that serious, but just on a level where that's crazy talk. Because again,
hey,
we
Sean
need...
G, can I say something? I don't mean to interrupt you, Sean G, because I know there's a show going on like it. Let me tell you like it. For somebody to even say something out their mind, you know why? Because they don't have a dream. They don't have a life. They never experienced what Beyonce and everybody else experienced.
Hold on for a second. No, hold on. I gotta shut his goddamn mic off. He's talking crazy. All right. Star, like everybody, y'all all know who Star is. Star is a radio host, so he does know who she is. He does know the seriousness of who she is. Star knows who the woman is. He know how big she is. He's a radio host. He's been around the game for a long time, 20 years. So he does know who she is. So I can't say that. So we're gonna get the facts. We're gonna get the facts straight. No, he knows. He know what he heard. No. He knows how big she is. Childhood. All right, let's shut his mic off again. He's talking crazy again. All right, but here's the deal. The thing about this is, we need Beyonce around. We need her around. We need her around because you may not like her personally. You may not, you may not feel, you may have your own basic and personal feelings about who she is. That's fine. But what I'm saying is it's a bigger picture. All right. Is Beyonce a better dancer or a better performer than Michael Jackson? Hell no. You can't even fix you would have to go to Michael. She can go to his grave and dig his ass up, take his shoes, his glove, get it, and she still won't be better than Michael Jackson on a performance level. Is she close? Yes. But the true point about this is we need a Beyonce around because with her being around, she is going to show. She's going to give you the image and the picture and the vision of what true performances is all about. And for the young kids that's growing up who want to be singers, who want to be dancers, who want to be performers, they need something great like that to look at. Because you damn sure don't have it in music today, in a Cardi B or Nicki Minaj or any of these young artists who's supposed to be on the top of the game. You don't have the quality of performance that you used to have back in the day. Briggs, go ahead, get it popping.
Okay, so since we're putting it like that and straight up to the point and stuff like that, you got to understand, reality is what reality is. It's like this. Okay, Michael Jackson had his days and stuff like that. Yeah, his performances, his legacy shall live on. The same thing with Beyonce. If she don't make a legacy, it won't live on. The thing is, Beyonce is not being Michael Jackson, not being Prince. She's being who she is. She's setting the standard and the platform for today and for tomorrow and the next day, just like Michael Jackson, Paul McCartney, all of them did this stuff like that. Yes, she is. The thing is, it's different like that. You got to understand, this is a lady coming out there doing what men been doing all the time on performance. You got to understand, she took a stage and stuff like that. She came up with groups and stuff like that. She didn't leave them behind. She left a legacy that, as I do, y'all can do also. Yes, she has a mind of her own. So yeah, I don't want to do what I did yesterday. I want to do the day like today. I want to get up with the day. Okay, music back then was like it is. The performance like it is. The difference in the music is up and coming. Yeah, she progressed with that. So she did what it takes to keep it moving on. Like telling them, no, just because I did this last year, I don't have to do this year. I'm trying to get better. And to get better is to dream to be the best. Every time you dream something, make it come true. Be happening. No, I'm not going to never hate on her. No, she's not a Michael Jackson. So as far as performing, entertaining, and getting it going on, yes, she does. She bringing just as much crowd as Michael Jackson, Paul McCartney, and all of them did. It's just in a new year, and everything is changing and stuff like that, and she keeping it up to date and doing what she do. Yes, that's why she can have sellout shows. That's why she has sellout shows. Everybody ain't looking at her just dancing and how pretty she is, and like everybody mimicking her. The same thing they did with Michael Jackson. Ain't too many artists get people to mimic you.
Well, and that's influence. Influence is a powerful thing.
So you hold up. You look at this. You look at it now. Like you said with Prince and them, ain't nobody here mimicking Prince now, but they still doing Michael Jackson.
You damn Skippy.
But yet, from when Beyonce do what she do, not only the young ones are mimicking her, it's old ass folks, 45, 50 years old, mimicking her.
Yeah. Yo, listen,
This is a legacy she making.
Listen,
being who
the girl
she
is bad.
She's not changing it.
Yeah, she's a bad mamma jamma. She's, like I
Yes,
said,
sir.
man, she's the
But
best.
she's a smart. The thing about it is because people start looking at her just because she's beautiful.
Right.
When she wasn't beautiful to your eyes, which she was always beautiful. As a child, she was beautiful, but you didn't look at the beauty in her and stuff like that until she started getting on stage and got famous and everybody else talking about her and stuff like that. People was talking about Beyonce when she was going to little shows at schools and stuff like that. These was people that was with her, following her background, doing what they do. Oh, I just like her. I just like her music. You got old people when she was in school. Oh, I like the way she danced. I like the way she sang. Now that she performing, she out there in the limelight, the richest lights and stuff like that. But Beyonce can sit down and take all the rest she want and come by here at 70 years old, and I guarantee you, with a tutu on some bullshit, she can still get a crowd. It's just because she was always real.
Right.
Just because y'all start looking at the outside, which y'all started loving her because of the inside of who Beyonce was, as this young lady coming up here doing this and doing that. Y'all start listening to her music and following her and stuff like that.
Right. Now hold on for a second. Hold on. Let me just jump in here for a second. And what you're saying is 100% right. But the point what you're making right there, I need to get in on that point right there because we do know that Michael Jackson. Everybody know Michael Jackson career stretches decades. I mean, from all the way from when he was a young kid all the way to a grown man. Now, there is a point in time at the end of Michael Jackson's career, which to me doesn't make a difference. It still doesn't add up to what he has contribute to the game, to entertainment, to music. But there was an end time where Michael Jackson's career wasn't about performance. It wasn't about music. It was all about a lot of shenanigans when they was calling him Wacko Jacko. And, he was going down as far as his brand. People wasn't taking him serious. All of the stuff that was going on with him taking, with the drug usage and just everything that led up to his death with all of the things that went on. But that's just a little tiny, small, tiny part of everything that Michael Jackson has brought to the table from the time he was in the Jackson 5 as a little kid all the way up to Michael Jackson, a huge super duper star, the king of pop. That's just a tiny, small thing that would kind of put a blemish on his career if you're looking at that. I know most people are not going to look at that, but if people want to look at it from the historians or whatever, people will probably bring that up in conversation. Now with Beyonce, do you think, because you did mention that you can see her as great as she is, you'll see that she'll be a person that will be performing even when she's 70 and all that. Now you see Michael Jackson brand getting tarnished at the end. Do you see, as smart as she is, based on what you were saying and what you were just talking about, do you see Beyonce going through something similar to what Michael did towards the end of her career? Does her brand get tarnished? Does she get attacked? And is she either smarter than Mike, or do she goes through the same thing due to unforeseeable forces, or just her making bad decisions when she get later on in career? Does she take that kind of fall at the end of her career, or does her brand stay strong, untarnished for the rest of her life? What do you think about that?
Well, see, now that you're putting it like that and understanding, you got to understand one case. You keep saying this thing about tarnish. Michael Jackson shit is not tarnished.
Okay.
Hold up.
Okay.
It's not tarnished. His shit's still making money. It's still running, and this young man has moved on. It's the same thing with Beyonce. They left a legacy, which Beyonce is still living hers.
Right.
It's like, it's not about them. It's about what they left behind. It's about what they did. It's about what doors they opened. It was about what grades that they set up, these standards and stuff like that, to let women, like Beyonce, let women know, just follow your dream and do what you do and stuff like that. And even when I'm gonna jump a little bit ahead, even when she got with Jay-Z and stuff like a mogul, big money man out there, it wasn't about her getting with Jay-Z. It was about, damn, you mean Beyonce went with Jay-Z? She can goes, yeah, they were still talking about her.
He said Jay-Z, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Y'all gotta understand this shit is real open. It's like Michael Jackson shit. We got kids out here being born today.
Right.
Like 5 years ago, a child born 5 years ago, just hear a Michael Jackson song. What is he doing? He mimicking Michael Jackson and stuff like that. We not gonna get beat up by the media. We gonna get beat up because the media did do something right because they put us out front. They thought they was trying to use the scams, the beat ups and all that shit like that to make a point. No, the point you made us understand that we can be what we want to be, how we want to be, and as long as we want to be, if we put the work in there and do it. Nah, it's about our music. It's about our love for music. It don't matter what people say about our music because every time somebody talk about it, you had to listen to it. You had to gravitate to it because when you got opinions, and your opinion, really none of our opinions matter. What matters is that when they got up there and did what they did, Michael Jackson, to this day still the same thing. Beyonce is a legend. How can you become a legend when you still living? Because they're always thinking about your ending as well as your beginning. I want
what's
this
your
in
prediction?
the rest of my life.
What's your early prediction? Because in what you said was tarnished, and I agree with you because that's my statement as well. But you could bring that up in conversation. People will talk about that. People will say at the end, Michael Jackson got played, right? They was playing him. They was calling him Wacko Jacko. They was, he wasn't performing. He was taking drugs. He was hiding in hotels. They couldn't get him to go to performing. He couldn't live up to his contract agreements with the shows that, so people can bring it up in conversation because it was something that was really going on. Hold on. Let me get the point out there. Hold on. Let me shut this mic off again. Because when we talking, we got to talk the right way and we got to get the, y'all see where I'm going with this. So I got to shut this mic off again. All right, and we're going to try this again because we got to get the question out there and let the show run as smooth as it got to run. All right? Wow! All right, Briggs. So we know Mike, the situation with Mike. All right, and so my question is the prediction. Do you think Beyonce is smarter than that as far as allowing her brand to get there? It's just a question. We don't know what the future holds, but do her brand gets caught up by unforeseen forces, people trying to hate on? Because look, they done brought down the Bill Cosby. All right, they bringing out some of the top black celebrities, entertainers. All right, for whatever reason, for all different kinds of reasons. But is she smart enough to take her career as great as she is, keep going to where she says, I had enough, I want to gracefully bow out without some of the shenanigans or some of the things being thrown in on her, some of the negative things or some of the controversial things, getting thrown at her to tarnish, the just straight clean legacy. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts is, like I say, you just answered the question as well as you answered the question.
Beautiful.
Is she still performing? You know why? Because she's great at what she do.
Yes. I agree.
So therefore, the question that you asked, you also answered it. It's because you live for today. Whatever people think about you, it's not going to change your legacy or who you are. Because the ones that sitting there questioning and saying all these doubtful things and stuff like that, those are the ones that's still in the background, wanting to be, thought they should have been. But you got people out here like Beyonce that's out here that's doing it. If she didn't do a show today, for the rest of her life, her legacy gonna live forever. Because as soon as you hear one of her record, they gonna play it.
Absolutely.
As soon as somebody,
I agree.
They gonna dance. Hold up. That's what I'm saying. It's already answered.
No.
It's like
what you're saying is right.
If she because
we both saying the
she's a
same
strong
thing.
Woman. Hold up, because she's a strong woman. Beyonce could sit down right now and never do another show or anything, and her shit would live forever and ever because of her dreams and living her life for herself, doing what she doing what she loved doing, performing and doing what she do. That's why she doing it. Beyonce ain't doing it for no money because she got money. She not doing it.
Well, that's true.
For her.
Good point.
Yeah, she's doing it because it's just something she loved to do.
True. Well, and she's great at it. She's great at it. But you
That's
know,
right.
she's a brand. You know, Beyonce is a brand. She's a corporate brand. Beyonce is a corporate brand. You know that. Just like Michael Jackson was a brand. All right. Now, there's a thing in brands, you know, when controversy come around brands, it affects their bottom line. So I'm going to ask the question again. What you saying is correct. She's a legend. All that's great. Does she continue her great career without her brand being attacked in any way? Is she smart enough to continue her career without having some of them things that hit Mike towards the end? Because it wasn't about music towards the end for Mike. It was about a lot of bullshit. Does that happen to Beyonce?
Okay. It's because of, now you look at success. When people are so successful in what they do, that while they up there and they in number one, they in that number one spot, it ain't shit you can do to take them down because people love them.
Absolutely.
But before the people loved them, they had to love themselves. They had to have confidence in themselves. Why you think they took that beating? Every time somebody says something bad about them, I'm going to just get better and better. I'm going to keep doing me. They took that ass from them. They ran up to the forefront. And guess what? It was so many people coming on. Every time you slap or whip at me, I'm going to do something to make you even worse because I'm going to get better. I'm going to do shit better. I'm going to have more followers and more people, because then they started showing that what I do it because I love what I do. Because in order to be the best at what it is, you got to love it first. You can't do it just for the people. You got to love it. You got to have that in your heart. This is what you're about. Yeah, I'm about the music. I'm about singing. I'm about dancing and stuff like that. When you got that in your heart and you want with that, the media and everybody can sling at you all they want. But guess what they're doing? You just brought me another million people over there to see that I'm real.
All right.
I'm a million times real. Beyonce and all them, it's one thing about it.
I got you.
And I keep saying it. It's because if you're doing something that you love, that's why you become the best of the best of the best of the best of the best. Because no matter what nobody said, you can make a badass record. Everybody, that's some bullshit. But guess what? All I'm saying, that's some bullshit. Guess what? They buying it and they listening to it. And then the next one say, man, I just bought that record and shit. That was bullshit. But guess what? The next person will go buy it because they want to hear it themselves, because they know Beyonce, they know Michael Jackson, they know whoever. They gonna buy it. But the thing is, they looking at this person, this performer, and then when you're an artist, your artist is what's in your heart. It's not what come out your mouth. It's not what's on stage.
So you're not. So you ain't gonna answer the question, man.
I just did.
All right. So all right, cool. She gonna. It doesn't matter. She gonna continue the career and do what she got to do and be on top of her game for the rest of her career.
Exactly.
All right. Fair enough. For all them out there who say that Michael Jackson, because we started the topic and we was like, yo, who's a better performer, Michael Jackson or Beyonce? Come on, man. You can't compare. You can't even. Beyonce can't. Ask Beyonce that shit and see what she tell you.
Let me tell you like this.
Ask her that question.
Hold on. You want reality? You really want reality? Okay. Say you Beyonce manager. All her rights belong to you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Michael Jackson, all his rights belong to me. Do you think for 1 minute, that you could have a show on the same night that I'm gonna have a show? Answer that question.
Man, I don't know what the hell you talking about.
Hold up. You don't know what I'm talking. Hold up. You don't know what I'm talking about. When you get out here with the great and the great and the great and the great, it's one thing about it. Yeah. You could not have a show. If Michael Jackson was still here, you could not have a show with top performer like him and Beyonce, unless they was countries apart. But if you put them in the same town, the same city, whatever, I'm trying to tell you like that. It'd be an uproar like to the point where like you got people that love them, you love this, I love this more, I love this more. But I guarantee you one thing about it, it wouldn't be no real money made that night. you would have
Oh.
people call in and say, "Why y'all doing this shit tonight? Why would y'all put them in
Oh, so you saying if they both?
Are you crazy?
I mean, but that's a fact. But it's funny like that, right? Because, Beyonce was around when Michael Jackson was alive. I'm sure he knew of her, and you know what? I'm gonna, now that I'm talking about that and we making a topic out of it, I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna see if she have some pictures with him. I'm gonna see if there's some information out there that would suggest that, she went to visit him. Because every singer, I don't give a damn who you are. Beyonce, it doesn't matter who you are. Whitney Houston, anybody out there that's a musical star, from pop, any genre that exists, all of these artists, as some ushers, all of them, you can just name any of them. And every last one of them would tell you, yo, man, Michael Jackson was a bad dude, man. Michael Jackson was this. Michael Jackson was that. I don't give a damn who you are, what artist you are, from what walk of life, what genre you was in. You would have something to say in a maze about Michael Jackson. All right, so there's no artist, to even walk. And I want to and I want to find out if there was some connection or some contact between the two, because some of the hip hop artists like the Jay-Z's and just some of the other artists out there, that you wouldn't expect, maybe a Tupac and all that you wouldn't expect would be in the same room with a Michael Jackson. A lot of those artists made it their business to kind of reach out and kind of get around Michael Jackson when he was living, take pictures with him, go and meet him and shake his hand, because he was the king. So just to be in his presence was a big deal. So I am gonna go look and see all that. So, the point I'm trying to make, even if you was to ask Beyonce that question, do you think you're a better performer than Michael Jackson? She probably wouldn't answer the question. She probably would laugh and shit and say, wow, I couldn't even imagine to even think like that, because Michael Jackson, the level that he was on was just untouchable. And I grew up watching Michael Jackson dancing, and she herself will probably tell you how many times, how many shows she sat in her living room and watched of Michael Jackson doing all kind of crazy shit, the whole goddamn stadium falling out and fainting and all that, and she was in a maze. So, it is a question today. It is a very, very huge question today that's trending around the internet. A lot of different shows and publications and hosts are asking this question: who's the better performer? And again, I would say there's nobody who can touch a Michael Jackson when it comes to performance. No one out there who has left dances, who have influenced the people more in the sense of dances that he left. The moonwalk. The moonwalk is, goddamn, the moonwalk. Can we even name another dance that is as big as the moonwalk? Do you even know? Let's take it back to your time, Briggs, because there were some great dances back when you was coming up. Is there any dance that you know of that we can sit here and compare and put it on a level with the moonwalk?
But you got to understand that the moonwalk, Michael Jackson didn't create the moonwalk. That wasn't something he did. That came from a little kid down here dancing and stuff like that over in New York. Listen to me. You got to understand.
Okay. Oh,
you got
shit.
So he had choreographers design it to be better for him and show him, how can I make this look a little more better, because the same thing, oh, damn, that look nice.
So Mike stole that.
No, not stole. It's just what you do. It's just like, if you're in a house, if you're in a party, just because you're a superstar and everything like that, you don't move like everybody else do, but people move in there and got moves, and you're like, damn, I could put that in my act. Damn, they look good. So most people that got money and doing like that, and people always know, like this, like Sean G was doing this shit. He was doing that since he was like 7 years old and shit like that.
Right.
And then like Beyonce just happened to see you doing that shit, like, damn.
They ain't in position to put
they could do it, because so many people talking about you doing it, that once they get on TV and get in the main media and stuff like that,
it's like they created
people not saying you doing this forever and ever. Then they see, damn, that's the shit John used to do.
Right.
And then they're like, okay, shit. So therefore, they talk to them about it. Can I use your moves or whatever? And they start using them as their choreographers.
Right.
They start showing them they moves from the streets. The streets was the one that put these motherfuckers up here and doing what they do, but they and throw it like it do.
Yo, Briggs, that's a great segue into this. Matter of fact, we're going to be talking about that because we actually going to do a show on that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to do a show on that right there. We're going to be talking about, because that's an interesting point that you bring up. The fact that Michael Jackson didn't create that shit. Somebody out here was doing that shit way before Mike. It's just Mike had the influence. He saw it and he commercialized the shit and made it and let the world see it. And so now, you know, because he's in a position when he do it, it's like, oh shit. And the fact that it caught on so big that, you know, even if he wanted to say he didn't create it, he can't even say nothing because the world is just going for it. So that's a really good point that you made, and that's a great segue into what we're going to do on one of our shows coming up at the main office. We're going to be talking about some of the street legends, all right, some of the street kings, some of the kids who came around that was doing everything on the streets, DJing, rapping, mixing, all styles, all fashions, everything that you see going on, whether it's music, whether it's fashion, whether it's DJing, all these different things that you look at the celebrities or you look at the stars for being the creators of, but in reality, it was the dudes on the streets who was on the street corners who was doing all of it, who really created these things. And it's just some of the people, the influencers that was in position who saw these things and took that shit to market and took the claim for it. But originally, some of these kids, all of the styles and everything you see was created in these streets. We're going to be talking about all that on the main office. I'm going to bring my man Briggs on. We're going to open up the lines. We're going to bring some other people on here, and we're going to get into the history of some of the stuff that was going on in New York City in the earlier day, also down in Baltimore City, because Baltimore City is a very, very unique place when it comes to house music, club music, and stuff like that, and also hip-hop. A lot of people don't know. It's a lot of history, so we're going to be chopping up some good game with all that right there, and I'm glad you brought that up because that was a perfect segue right there. And y'all already know, man, listen, this is the perfect opportunity for y'all to go ahead and drop your comments below, join the conversation, let us know what you think, man. Do you think Beyonce is a better performer than Michael Jackson? I'm gonna say straight up, hands down, hell no. You out your mind, you bugging, you smoking jacks and all that. But it is what it is. No way in the world. All right, she can go in his grave, dig up his shoes, take off his coat, his jacket, get the one glove and all that, and she still won't be able to touch Mike on that stage. But is she the greatest doing it right now? Yes, she is. And also, is she necessary? She is extremely necessary because we need Beyonce around because she is the foundation. She is that very person that's going to show the youngsters how to do it, what it's all about. And they can't grow up on no Cardi B. They can't grow up on no damn Nicki Minaj. They can't grow up on none of these trash artists, these so-called platinum artists and so-called pop superstars of today, because these artists ain't doing it right. They not performers. So we need her around to show the youngsters what it's all about. So now when they see that and they get influenced by that, they not gonna want to follow bull crap. They gonna want to say, listen, I want to be a performer like Beyonce, and that's so important. You already know what it is. This is my man Briggs on here. You already know. Listen, y'all drop your comments below, man. This is the main office. I'll see y'all Thursday night. We're going to be bringing on some new guests and all that good stuff. All right, peace and love to the family. Briggs, anything in closing?
Yeah, all I want to tell everybody, keep an open mind about everything that you see, everything that you want to understand, everything that you believe. Believe in yourself more than anything that you see in life.
That is.
That's one.
All right, peace and love to the family. We out. Peace.
Wow!
You already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Sean G, and this is
That's just my opinion. But now,